Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, May 9th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. We got Google ranking volatility hitting yesterday after 2 weeks of calm. Google had another creator summit, this time in DC. Apple says Google searches in Safari are showing a decline, but Google disagrees. And Google launched Google Ads AI Max, plus a lot more, so definitely stay tuned. Of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor, SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb is the all-in-one SEO, strategic SEO software to get clarity on your SEO landscape through competitive analysis, keyword research, rank tracking, SERP insights, and much more. With industry-leading traffic and keyword data based on real user journeys, SimilarWeb gives SEO professionals the whole picture so they can strategize smartly and drive sustainable business growth. They also have some pretty cool data and tools and other information out there led by the SEO community, so definitely check them out at similarweb.com. Thank you, SimilarWeb, for sponsoring. Deeply appreciate it. All right, so let's start off with the Google search ranking volatility. Again, it started to kick off around May 8th. The tools started to spike as well around May 8th, some on May 7th, some a little bit later. And there's definitely significant chatter that started happening over the course of the past 24 hours or so. It does seem like the volatility is getting a little bit more heated today, Friday. So definitely keep an eye on that because it does seem a lot of things are going on there. There was a GA4 real-time reporting bug that kind of lingered from yesterday as well, but I don't think they're related. I think they're two separate things, so just keep that in mind. A lot of search volatility starting on May 8th, probably going into May 9th today, so it does seem to be somewhat significant. Google held another creator summit where they brought in 7 creators that were struggling with Google search. This time they had it in DC. They also had a small business summit at the same time. Supposedly this is what they do. They align their small business summits with these creator summits where they invite a handful of creators to come. They spend 2 days on this other small business thing, and then they sit down with the search team, specifically I believe Danny Sullivan, Paul Har, and H.J. Kim from Google Search, I believe, to actually meet one-on-one with them and so forth. Tamika Harvey, who's a travel blogger with a niche on safety, also provides SEO services, which I did not know, had a bit of a different spin on this Creator Summit. She's the only one who actually, that I found, covered this DC version of the Creator Summit, and she came out with it a little bit differently, whereas the original one from, not original, they had, I think, a bunch of them, in Mountain View, they came across saying Google admitted they need to make improvements to their algorithm and improve things, and that the creators did nothing wrong and Google did something wrong. Here, it seems like Tamika came across where she was doing something wrong, although there are things that Google has to fix, that her content is not what users want, and she really built it for search engines. Very interesting take. Definitely take a look at that. Of course, a lot of creators are still suffering, and hopefully they'll see some success soon with Google Search. On the Apple side, Apple's Eddie Q, the executive there, said that for the first time in 20 plus years, Google searches in Safari saw a decline, which then drove Google stock down about 8-9% that day. And then Google came out with a statement later on around 9 p.m. saying, no, we actually see Google searches up across Apple devices. Now the distinction here is Safari specifically versus Apple devices. Now, of course, you could download the Google app. You could use Gemini. You could use various methods, Google Chrome on your Apple device, and that could all lead to people searching Google. Whereas Eddie Q said Safari specifically, they're seeing a decline in Google searches. So the stock went back up a little bit, I think 3% or so the other day after that. But again, it does seem like on Safari specifically, Google searches are down, whereas Apple devices, across Apple devices and all the apps, Google searches are up. Talking about searches being down, Google Discover, specifically for Brazilian publishers and some others, are having a rough time. A lot of Brazilian publishers are complaining that the Google Discover results are completely backwards or not making any sense at all, and their traffic thus are being hit because there's irrelevant stuff showing in Google Discover. So if you are in that region, it seems like there's a lot of issues there with Google Discover. Google also announced that they are now 20 times more better at catching spammy pages in Google Search using better AI and improved classifiers. In addition to that, they said that they are able to remove 80% more fake phone numbers for airline. We could call I need to call United Airlines to fix my ticket, and sometimes somebody would change the phone number in Google Search, and take you to some scam line. And Google's like 80% better at fixing that. So Google's getting better at preventing scammy and scammy pages in Google search, according to Google. Google's Martin Splitt said that their AI crawler for Gemini called Google Extended does render JavaScript. It does use the same web rendering service that the main Googlebot uses, so it is able and has an advantage when it comes to rendering JavaScript where other maybe AI crawlers don't handle JavaScript that well. Google announced this week on the Google Ads front a new thing called AI Max for search campaigns. It's a new one-click feature suite that brings you a suite of target and creative enhancements of the best of Google AI for your search campaigns. It's rolling out to advertisers probably in the coming weeks, probably around Google I/O time, and it seems like overall, right now it's not turned on by default, so you're gonna have to like turn it on and so forth. It's gonna be like an experiment that you can play with, but it seems to be like it's gonna be like the future of Google search campaigns for ads, and I would say that advertisers are cautiously optimistic about it, but they obviously have to play with it and see what happens with it. So we'll see what happens over the course of the rollout, and we'll see what people find out. I assume it's going to be a lot like PMax, where the initial rollout was not really great, and then Google will learn and make it better over time. But right now, we'll see what happens over time. According to Zishan Ali, he posted a screenshot on LinkedIn that the Google Ads group interface is testing out a more simplified version of this interface. Here's some screenshots of that new interface. Nice find there. Google's also testing for PMax campaigns the search teams feature, where it was limited first from 10, then they upped it to 25 search teams, and now they're testing 50. I spoke to Greg Fink earlier this week on It's New, and he's like, it kind of dilutes the whole concept of search teams. So we'll see if Google actually fully rolls that out. That was spotted by Thomas Excel. Google search results are testing large sponsor results groupings. This is spotted by Ian Atkins first, where it has a big title of sponsor results, and they have sponsor results below it. Then it was spotted by Brody Clark and a bunch of other people. So it is interesting to see Google testing this as well. Google Ads is also testing a new label called Lowest in 30 Days. This is spotted by Sachin Patel, where they add this label to the shopping results saying this is probably the lowest price they've seen in 30 days. A bunch of shopping engines do this as well, so it's nice to see Google doing this as well. Google Ads is also testing showing the number of followers on an ad campaign, on an ad search ad. Not sure why they're doing this. It's not like it's been promoting their Instagram account or their Facebook account, but it's showing the number of followers for that website on Facebook, on Instagram, but on a specific website. This is spotted by Anthony Higman, so nice find there as well. Google on the site command is testing AI overviews. Bill Hartzer showed this, where you did a search, a site command, and Google would show an AI overview. I think that's kind of like a bug, but I was trying to give a smart answer for the site command, and other people are actually seeing this as well, so I don't think maybe it's something weirdness, but it's weird to see AI overviews for site commands. And also talking about AI overviews, Google might be testing replacing the local pack, the map results, in the search results with AI overviews. This is spotted by Chris Lonergan, and here's a screenshot of that as well. Again, it seems super weird. I do not want this to happen, but Google tests, and they will continue to test. Google is also testing showing a read reviews button on local results, as well as appointment tags on the local listings. This is also spotted by Anthony Higman. Here's some screenshots of that as well. Google Business Profiles has a bug. I'm not sure if it's fixed as this morning, but yesterday was a bug, and the previous day before that, where if you wanted to toggle off your address to show to customers, you want to say, I don't show my address to customers in Google search, that would not let you toggle it on and off. This is spotted first by Henry Heredia, and I am able to replicate this, and it seems to be a concern for a lot of local businesses. Google Business Profiles are now sending out edit rejection notices via email, where if you might try to make an edit to your own Google Business Profile and they review it and they say, hey, no, this is not good, they will go ahead and notify you about this. This is spotted by Ben Fisher, who shared some screenshots on Blue Sky. Pretty interesting find there. And then finally, Google's head or ad boss from the old days, Jerry Dischler, who's been with Google for almost 20 years. He then stepped down during the whole shake the cushion stuff and everything, and he moved on to like the workspace. He seems to be leaving Google now and moving on to something else. He was very loved in Google and outside of Google, but I guess, all the stuff going on with Google Ads and Department of Justice, maybe he's had enough, I don't know, but he seems to be moving on from Google at this point. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Again, thanks to SimilarWeb for sponsoring. Deeply appreciated. Have a great, safe weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.